I've just received this package. I appreciate people don't want to see unboxing. I know my neighbour hates it, but I think this kind of thing is a bit important because it's about plants, and I've posted many plants over the years, and now I'm going to get involved a bit more in snowdrops that are a bit special. So this one was left on the door. Brilliant postman that we've got, and I'll tell you in a minute how much this snowdrop cost, but you can see it's all squashy, and that's not great. If it was under a load of boxes, you know, whatever's in there would be annihilated with a bit of weight. So not the best packaging, if I'm honest, compared to these tubes. You can only get so many in here, but you could also put these tubes in a box. These you cannot do anything to. Hard as nails. So just to show you that, if you were going to buy snowdrops online or get into collecting. So I am going to open it and see what we've got. Obviously I know what I've bought. It was a snowdrop from an eBay seller who's got a reasonable amount of feedback in comparison to items sold. I just now need to work out the opening, which, you know, I can't see that. Oh, there we are. So I'm just going to undo that, and hopefully it'll just unfold. So I've got my receipt, which is good, with the plant passport on it, I expect, which is the unique reference number. If you are an operator selling plants, you should always have a plant passport. Let me just check. And interestingly enough, this seller does not have a plant passport. So they haven't registered with the government website. It's not the end of the world, but these things are pretty important now. Having just recently done it myself, it's not easy, but they're very good on the phone, particularly Nathan at DEFRA. So the lovely seller has written it up beautifully with pen on plastic. Probably can't reuse that, but here you are. So it's nicely packaged in a little bit of newspaper. Just put that to one side, see what we've got. Obviously it's very exciting if you are a snowdrop person, and this particular snowdrop is quite an old one, old variety, Galanthus Elizabeth Rosemary Burnham, because the outers are nearly all green, and this has been nicely packaged. Look, you can see it's like a bit of a fish and chip cone, so that's good. And let's just see, I'll be super careful here. I sent some off yesterday, 3 in a tube, and I'll hopefully hear about that today. Oh, I nearly cut the actual end off there, which is a bit stupid, wasn't it? So look, amazing. In flower, very beautiful, not easy to always achieve. Lovely markings on the outside. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely blown away. Lovely leaves, lovely condition. Nice, sorry, just being interrupted there. Nice bag, which I hope to reuse myself. And scissor that open. And now you can see a lot of moss over the most important bit, which is the roots. And that is a lot of moss. That's the most moss I've ever seen on anything. So here's what I want to talk about as well. When you introduce this into your garden, this is from somebody else's garden. You can see there's all sorts in it. I can see seedlings, twigs, all sorts. There'll be seeds in there, lots and lots. So you really shouldn't put that in your garden under any circumstances, because you've no idea what you're introducing. That's a lot. So That is not going to go into the garden in any shape or form. It's certainly not going to go into the compost bin. And I will take this down shortly to wash it. But look at those stunning roots, beautiful. Lots of clumps of soil there, which I will also wash off. But this is a very healthy, beautiful looking plant. It's the most I've ever spent on one snowdrop. It was £40, but I figure this seller has got good reviews, and that's a lot less than some people are buying Rosemary Burnham for. So, you know, all in all, I would say 8 to 9 out of 10, except for the box, but exquisite. So that's that really. That's one snowdrop. Very beautiful. I know where it came from. I will make sure that goes on my spreadsheet, sad as I am. I keep the records in these here as well. I keep cards about all of it, and my own records. But yeah, beautiful. And if you give that a little squeeze, lovely and firm, no twisted foliage or any markings on the foliage, and fabulous. Look at that. Look at the inner, completely green, and the outer is lovely markings. So that's going to get a special place in the garden and a little bit of a rest in the water, because it was 48 hours posted, which I don't think is great. That's probably why I will go for an 8 out of 10, because it should really be 24 hours. And Royal Mail say that the seller, you're not covered. You're not covered unless you send plants through the post first class. So this would come from the garden or the person's pot. I think I bought it on, just check the paperwork, bought it on eBay on 30th January. Yeah. So buyer protection fee is part of that, but it really isn't going to mean a row of beans if this went missing or was in a poor state or was squashed or whatever else, because the buyer must send first class plants first class. It's as simple as that. Because I've had a long chat with our lovely lady many times about it, because you'll see that plants are on the prohibited list. There you go. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Heartbreaking to not put this in the garden, but they are better safe than sorry. A lovely Rosemary Burnham.